So someone told me two things. Number one, farming is fun. Number two, if it's not breaking, you're not using it. Now, that's usually when it comes to farming stuff. This really isn't farming per se, but it's still a big tractor, a loader tractor, and yeah, check this out. So, that front axle literally broke right off, just tore it right off. A clean break, too. So this is actually not my tractor. This is a buddy of mine's tractor. It's a older, I think it's an 80s, early 80s Ford 3000. I may not be correct about that, but it's definitely probably as old as I am. And he was helping to flatten out an area to dig out for a pool. We have a above ground pool that we're putting in. It's I believe it's 26 feet by, I don't know, 14, 16, something like that. Had it all marked out, and we got the line level out, and we were just getting going with it, discovering this really tough clay that we're getting into, and he ended up busting the front axle right off. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, obviously you were overexerting the equipment. But if you look here, this is actually what he had in his bucket. This little bit of dirt here, this is nothing. This was absolutely nothing. And he was actually backing up and, I don't know, hit something over here, a bump or whatever, and it just snapped right off. I mean, just snapped. So, very interesting that it happened, and it wasn't under a heavy load. As a matter of fact, he's actually been assisting me in getting some autumn olive trees out because we're turning it into alfalfa, and that's far more work than this little bit of dirt. I mean, we're basically able to scrape maybe an inch off at a time and scoop it up, simply because this is some pretty hard clay. You can see the really dark, it's like a black clay, and then there's some brown clay in there, and then obviously the regular dirt on top. But so that wasn't a heavy load for this tractor, not at all. It just busted. And of course, I love finding all sorts of weird stuff, weird bugs and things that you just don't normally see on the surface all come up when you start digging down. We actually have to go down, I think, 20 inches or so, and we're already almost about a foot there. So we were getting some pretty good progress, and then this happened. So at any rate, it is what it is. We're trying to level out a spot for a pool, and it's funny because leveling out for a pool, you look at it, and you say that's about level, and then you get a line level out, and you say, whoa, that is not level. So at any rate, so yeah, he broke the axle right off, and it actually didn't sound that loud. I was standing over by the quad over there, and I was watching, and as he was backing up, I just heard a snap, and the whole tractor went whoop, down on that end. So it's not funny, but it's just kind of funny how things break. And I'm sure that years of stress and using this loader and so on, I'm sure that contributed to it. But it finally broke on a little pile of dirt backing up. So yeah, that's what ended up happening. And so he's gonna get a new axle ordered. The shaft, I guess it's a Ford axle. Shaft starts up here at the steering knuckle here, where the steering is at, and that's what actually turns this whole assembly for steering. It's power steering, and so this gets removed as far as I know. This spreads apart, and then the axle should drop out. The whole assembly should drop out, and then you can put a new axle on. I don't know much about it, to be perfectly honest. I'm not really sure, but I think he's probably going to have to hammer that out. There's probably a seal, I'm guessing. And he does a really good job. Obviously, you can see he does an exceptional job greasing everything. I mean, he probably has stocks and grease. He's got so much grease everywhere. So you can see this is a well cared for and well lubricated part here. So it has nothing to do with lack of maintenance or anything else like that. And I know the assumption is always, well, if it breaks, you must not have been using it right. But stuff just breaks. Just the way that it is. I've broken plenty of things on my tractor so far. This stuff is old. It breaks. And this is no exception. So he's going to get a new axle ordered. Probably going to have to hammer that out. I don't know if he's going to get a new bearing or anything else. I would assume that he would, or it comes with a bearing or something. I'm not sure. I can see the bearing under there. So yeah, absolutely crazy. It just a clean break, just clean break off. And of course it went right down into the ground. I don't know, maybe half a foot. So at any rate, yeah, so this is a nice loader. I really like it. It's not mine, of course. I'll probably never have something this nice, but gets a lot of use out of it as far as I know. Gets a lot of use out of this thing. So works pretty well until things like that happen, but that's just the way that it is. And you know, as things get older, they don't work as well, and you have more upkeep and whatever. So things are bound to happen like this. This one is still obviously intact, but who knows how long that one will last. But I think this is probably just a fluke thing. Maybe it was a bad casting. I'm not real sure. So at any rate, oh, look at that. He was worried I might drive away with it. He took the key. Oh, that guy. He must use DeWalt tools or something like that. Anyways, cool. So got something to fix and got to order the part, and then we got to continue working on the pool so we can get that up. The goal was before the 4th, but here we are already middle of June, so I'm not sure if we're going to have it up by then. We'll see. Anyway, fun stuff. Take care.